Guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? If you are new, my name is Lizzie. You're welcome to my channel. So today I bring this gist for you guys. Let's dive into it together.
African women versus African American women. I visited various countries in Africa, specifically East Africa, and what I can tell you is this: East African women are some of the most beautiful, most tenacious, zealous women in the world. They're on a level that African American women can only hope and pray to be on. From the way that they walk, to their elegance, to their cooperation, fit, and feminine behavior, they're next level. East African women love to wear their natural hair. They love to be very respectable to their elders, and they respect men. Fellas, do your favor and get your East African beauty.
And this is the problem that some of us have with the Black American passport bros. You can definitely have your preference without bringing down African American women. You can have your preference. East African women can definitely be your preference, but you do not need to compare them with African American women and bring down African American women or Black American women. One of the key elements or variables that most of you forget when you're making this comparison is the social cultural context, all right? These women are the way they are because of the men in their society. African American women are the way they are because of what? The men in their society. Most of you are 50-50 men. African men are raised with the mindset to be providers. And that is not the same mindset that most African American men have. Beyond provision, African men believe in lineage and continuity of the family name, and these are the reasons why they tend to get married and often would do well being the man of the house. Most of you African American men do not have that concept of extending your lineage and your family name. Again, this whole thing of East African women love to wear their natural hair. Context is key. In most African countries and cultures, the women are not directly competing with Eurocentric standards. Do not get me wrong, Eurocentric standards are global. However, women on the African continent are not directly competing with that standard, and the economic penalty is not as severe as it is in North America. Okay, so Black women in North America, I'm sure they have beautiful hair, but depending on your career, you need to look a certain way to get ahead. I have done a video extensively talking about the level of microaggression and the way Black women are penalized when they wear their natural hair at work and how that affects them economically. A simple look at the Crown research funded by Dove will provide a context for understanding why Black women in America might not be so drawn to wearing their natural hair. Finally, you talk about the element of respect and how East African women respect their elders and respect men. You need to conduct yourself in a manner that deserves respect. Do African American men carry themselves deserving of respect? That is a question for you to answer. Respect is not given, it is earned. So if you want to get respect from your women, conduct yourself as such. How many of you are sexually disciplined? How many of you are providers? How many of you have emotional intelligence? How many of you claim a pregnancy when a woman tells you that you got her pregnant and you go ahead, follow through, support her, and name the child to ensure that you are laying claims to your lineage and ensuring that your family name continues? These are the things. So before you make these comparisons, remember, African American men and women are a product of their own society, and East African women are also a reflection of their own society and how the men in those society operate and move. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist. Dear Black Passport Bros, please stop the comparison. Go for your preference in peace and stop disrespecting your own women. That is simply unattractive, and for me, as a West African woman, I would not deal with any man who disrespect his own women just to elevate me. Guess what, guys? Hit the follow button.
Even though I want to disagree with you, I get where you're coming from. When I see black people talking about racism, all that stuff, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? You guys have food, you have EBT, all this thing, and you're here shouting about somebody is racist too. Just leave that person and move on. I feel that way. Like, why are they always like complaining? But when Black Lives Matters started happening, like, I sat down, I said, I need to actually know why these people are pained. And if we look at the history, what they've done to them, like if you actually sit down, watch some documentaries, how they were maltreated, I don't think if I'm actually born, I will forgive those people. I don't care. It's easier for us Africans that were raised in Africa to feel like they're complaining because we were raised through struggle. Like I barely even have water, and you have water, you're complaining. But then it's not about the basic necessity or about how we are raised. We are raised like, I don't want to say way better. We might not have resources, but there are some way, like our own people will not look down on us or put us behind. So it's in they're nurtured that way. Like they just can't overlook it. And if you sit down and watch everything that the forefathers have been through for you, I changed my mind. No, they need to be angry. However, they should still move forward.
On top of that, I appreciate you too for looking into our history and everything. But did you even, I could get a little deep, but I ain't got that much time. We need to do the same thing about y'all history, but since we're not over there, so we're not going to do too much studying about y'all history, just to be honest, because we're not over it. But as soon as y'all get over here, y'all start seeing the things and that's going over in America, and you can see why we complain. I mean, you don't understand why we complain so much. But we've been over here for 400 years, and Africans can come over here day one and have an advantage over us. Day one, 24 hours. You could get grants. You don't have to pay taxes for, I think 5 years. Just like any other ethnicity. We've been here for 400 years. We can't get the grants that we're denied on a wide scale of business loans, any kind of loans. Us Americans, that we built this country off our ancestors, we can't get loans like anybody else. You all can get loans, grants, and everything as soon as y'all get here. It's a fact. We was forbidden to read and learn up to 150 years ago. Yeah, we hung from trees because we try to educate ourselves. Yeah. They ate us. Yeah. Them colored people, they ate us. Consumed. Picnic. When we did thrive, Tulsa, Oklahoma, you doing your research, they bombed us. U.S. planes, United States airplanes bombed black people's neighborhoods on U.S. soil. That was 100 years ago. It wasn't nothing but 100 years ago. Facts. Yeah. Black people don't have please, listen, I go to African spot at least once a week and eat food. I can show you downstairs, and I love the herbs and everything, man. The food is good, fufu, everything. I'm into that. And I constantly learn what y'all like and dislike about America. But this is the plantation. Yeah, that's why y'all like to go back to Africa to visit, because y'all don't do nothing but work here. It's designed like that.
It's an opinion, and a very asinine one at that. Because Africa is a continent with 54 countries and over 1.2 billion people. A statement such as Africans don't like African Americans is a very ludicrous statement, because one, is perpetuating this narrative that there is beef and animosity between Africans and African Americans. And two, what that is doing is it's generalizing an entire continent based off of the actions of a couple of African hairdressers who live in America. And this is coming from someone who has traveled to 4 out of 54 of the African countries. Okay, so I went to Tanzania and I was treated like royalty. People were bowing at my feet. I felt like I was some type of long lost queen who had finally returned to the land. Let's talk about Ghana. Ghana was one of the most beautiful countries that I ever visited. I had a family who opened up their home to me. They were feeding me 3 times a day. We were living by the beach. They were doing so much to just make me feel welcomed and loved. So this is for all of my African American people. Go to Africa. Go to the different countries that are there. Learn some of the languages, learn some of the cultures there, because this is the thing. There are more similarities than differences between Africans and African Americans. And we need to kill this narrative. We need to break the plane and start the conversation so that we can get to know each other and enjoy the beautiful continent that we call the motherland, Africa, Azania. Okay? Peace and blessings.
If you have not yet subscribed, please just hit that subscribe down below, turn on notification. Anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. And feel free to leave your opinion down, what you think about this video. Thank you for watching to the end and stay blessed.